Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to thank Special Representative Carlos Ruiz-Massieu for his informative briefing and for his tireless work throughout his term as SRSG for Colombia. I would also like to welcome the presence of the Vice Minister for Multilateral Affairs of Colombia, Mr. Mauricio Jaramillo Jasier. Let me also congratulate Colombia on its recent election to the Security Council. We are looking forward to furthering our cooperation in support of international law, the UN Charter, and the peaceful settlement of disputes through dialogue. Indeed, Colombia stands as a role model of how dialogue between conflicting parties can be effectively utilized to reach negotiated agreements on complex problems. In view of the above, I would like to make the following 3 points. First, we commend Colombian authorities for the progress in the implementation of the peace agreement during the reporting period, particularly on rural reform and the reintegration of ex-combatants, 95% of whom have completed their individual reintegration plans. We encourage the Colombian government to further accelerate implementation of the agreement in its remaining year in office, focusing especially on providing security guarantees and extending state presence in violence-affected regions. The progress in transitional justice, as highlighted also by the SRSG, is noteworthy, with the first restorative sentences expected to be issued by the end of the year. We are confident that the Special Jurisdiction for Peace will adhere to its timelines and that the Colombian government will ensure that conditions are in place for the implementation of the sentences. Second, we remain concerned about the disproportionate effect of violence on Afro-Colombian and indigenous populations who are caught in the crossfire of conflicts between illegal groups vying for territorial control and benefits from illicit economies. We call for the full implementation of the ethnic chapter of the agreement, which will also have a considerable impact on the living conditions of indigenous children and children of African descent. The data from the latest annual report of the SRSG on children and non-armed conflict are indeed alarming. Armed groups in Colombia must immediately cease the recruitment of children, their killing or maiming, and all acts of sexual violence against them. Third, as Colombia enters its election period, we call for a peaceful electoral process with a full, equal, meaningful, and safe participation of women and free from political violence. In this context, we condemn in the strongest terms the assassination attempt on the presidential pre-candidate Miguel Uribe Turbay in June. We wish him a full recovery, and we call for a thorough investigation of the incident and accountability for the perpetrators, hoping that this remains an isolated event. Mr. President, in conclusion, Greece reiterates its unwavering support to the UN verification mission in Colombia and appreciates the good offices it provides in promoting the effective implementation of the peace agreement. We remain committed to a Colombian-led, Colombian-owned peace process that will address also reconciliation issues, and we stand ready to further cooperate with Colombia and fellow Council members to this effect. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Greece for the statement.